Machiavelli understood something most people overlook. Real power doesn't belong to the one who speaks the most. It belongs to the one who controls silence. Think about it. In a world where words are currency and information is leverage, holding back is a strategy. Silence isn't shyness, it's control. The less you say, the more others reveal. They scramble to fill the gaps, exposing their intentions, weaknesses and fears without even realizing it. And here's the thing, silence isn't absence, it's presence. It builds mystery, it is unsettling, it commands attention. History's most powerful figures mastered this. Vladimir Putin, for instance, is notorious for his long pauses and calculated silence in political meetings. His ability to remain unreadable forces others to second-guess themselves, giving him an upper hand. Meanwhile, figures like Warren Buffett rarely speak impulsively. When they do, people listen, because their words carry weight. Machiavelli knew this well. He didn't just advise speaking less, he advised listening more, observing. Reading people is like an open book. In The Prince, he wrote, "Men must be either pampered or crushed, because they can avenge minor injuries, but not severe ones." Now, apply that to speech. Half measures in words can be dangerous. Sometimes, saying nothing is far smarter than speaking in a way that can be turned against you. One of the greatest mistakes people make in their pursuit of influence is believing authority comes from talking more. It doesn't. It comes from self-control. Donald Trump, for example, is known for dominating conversations with excessive speech, but this often leads to contradictions and missteps. Contrast that with someone like Xi Jinping, who speaks sparingly, ensuring that every word is calculated and strategic. Those who speak carelessly, who rush to fill silence, who blurt out opinions without calculation, they hand over their advantage before they even realize it. Because in the end, the one who controls information controls the game. Machiavelli saw silence as a weapon, one that separates those who react from those who dictate. Words, when used recklessly, expose weaknesses. They hand over leverage that could have been used at the right moment. True power doesn't belong to the loudest. It belongs to the most calculated. In The Prince, Machiavelli wrote, "A prince must never take his eyes off war." But war isn't just fought with swords, it's fought with knowledge. And knowledge loses value when wasted on unnecessary words. That's why true strategists reveal little. Look at Jeff Bezos. His public persona is minimalistic. He rarely engages in unnecessary debates or statements. Instead, he lets his empire speak for itself. Most people talk because they crave validation. They want to prove their intelligence, to be noticed, to feel included. But those who understand power, they don't seek to be liked. They seek to be respected or feared. Uncertainty is a weapon. If no one can predict your thoughts, no one can anticipate your next move. And if they don't know what you're thinking, you've already won. For Machiavelli, prudence mattered more than honesty, not because he promoted deception, but because he understood a fundamental truth. Not everything needs to be said. Transparency is a weakness in the game of power. The more you reveal, the easier you are to control. The one who deceives will always find someone willing to be deceived, he wrote. Power isn't built on raw honesty, it's built on strategy. And here's where it gets interesting. Modern society has completely abandoned this principle. People overshare, they post their thoughts without restraint, expose insecurities and hand over their secrets like they're free samples. Machiavelli would have found this laughable. Power doesn't belong to the loudest. It belongs to the most disciplined, the one who speaks less, listens more, and reveals only what serves their purpose. Silence isn't just about protection, it's about dominance. Ever noticed how, in a conversation, the one who stays silent forces others to keep talking? The human mind hates empty space. In the rush to fill it, people overexpose themselves, disclosing fears, strategies, and intentions without even realizing it. It's a subtle trap, but it works every time. Machiavelli made this clear in The Art of War. A skilled commander never attacks without intelligence, nor does he act on impulse. The same applies to speech. Those who remain silent gather power. They don't interrupt. They don't rush to respond. They simply wait, letting others talk themselves into a corner. And here's the paradox: the one who speaks the least often holds the most power. Why? Because silence radiates confidence. It forces people to pay attention when you do speak. Meanwhile, those who rush to talk reveal their insecurity, their need for validation, their desperation to be heard. Because a single well-placed sentence can establish authority, but excessive speech, it weakens influence. So here's the real question: do you control your words, or do your words control you?